So this is the story of two Georges. Okay, can you read for us, VT?
Okay, so once upon a time, there were two Georges.
Yeah.
On the left, we see young George Washington. He's standing with a smile and wearing a blue coat. And on the right, we see an arrogant King George III tilting up his head up proudly.
Yeah, two Georges. Okay, George W, George Washington, and King George. Okay, what happened next?
So King George liked talking to trees. And we see a picture of him talking to a large oak tree.
Yeah, it's a funny story, actually. Poor George went a little bit mad when he was older. Okay, so one George liked talking to trees and
the other one liked chopping down trees. And that is a cherry tree.
Yeah, do you know this story?
Yes, should I tell it?
Very quickly, just because we don't have much time.
Okay. Well, so according to the legend, George received a small gift from his father, an axe, I guess, and he went into the garden to try it out and chopped his father's favorite tree down. And he promised to his dad that he would never lie, and he told his father about it.
Yeah, good. That's the story. He got himself in trouble because he said he would never lie. It's a good story, isn't it? I don't know if that story is actually true or that story itself is a lie, but yeah, this is the story. George Washington liked chopping down trees. Hello, Carvalero. Is my sound all right? Please comment. Someone said the sound wasn't good.
So, and George Washington, he grew up on a farm.
Good, yeah. So your little farm in Virginia, I think. Check that on Google. Okay, and hello, network engineer. Okay, next page, VT.
So the image is showing young King George III spent his entire childhood surrounded by royal luxury and massive strongholds.
Yeah, George III grew up in palaces. Those are some very famous palaces in England and London. Anwar wants to come on stage. Anwar, are you ready to join us? Can you read the next page, VT?
The next page.
So many people.
If they met, they probably wouldn't have been friends.
Yeah, did they ever meet?
No.
Yeah, we don't think they did because?
Well, because they lived far away from each other.
Yeah, in those days, you could not fly on a plane from London to New York in 5 hours. Okay, Anwar's coming. Do you remember Anwar?
No, I don't know who he is.
You don't remember Anwar? I think we've spoken. You might recognize him when we see him. So many people today that the two Georges were not friends. Okay, and VT, can you read the next page?
Okay, so then George III really started to annoy George Washington.
Good. What can we see in the picture, Anwar? Do you remember the language? What the pond is?
Yeah, the pond. This is for the UK. For British people, they call the pond. They call the Atlantic as the pond.
Yeah, I've heard, and someone told me in other countries they do this as well. So it's the Atlantic Ocean. It's quite a fun name, the pond, as if they're living in a garden and they're on one side, either side of the pond. Okay, George III was King of England. VT, what is the next page?
So he was very greedy. King George III, and since England was just a small island, he wanted to control the whole world.
Yeah, sadly, it is it is true. So he went to America. English people went to America, and they kind of settled it, shall we say? England was very small. He was very greedy. Okay, and can you read this page, Anwar?
And George was a little bit broke.
Did you know that word broke, Anwar?
Broke means when you're out of money.
Yeah, good. Do you know where all his money went?
All the money went for the loans, for the interest, because he had a lot of bills to pay
Yeah.
for the war with France. And
Loads of
then
stuff. Yeah. Well, actually, this is what GPT created for me. I didn't know
okay,
exactly
okay,
what he
okay.
spent his money on. I guess this is
Maybe,
correct. He's just loads of stuff. Okay, which maybe wasn't completely necessary. I like the girl's accent. Networker says you have very good English, VT. Yes, VT is not a native speaker, but she has very good English. Okay, can you read the next page, VT?
Okay, so George III tried to get some money from his friends over the pond. He asked them to have sugar tax, stamp tax, tea tax, and more tax on nearly everything, so
Yeah,
he would
good.
get money.
Yeah, good. VT, I think you can turn on the camera if you want to. The sound is okay, but you don't have to. Tax. Anwar, did you know that word tax? Of course.
tax. I know the word tax. Something that
Yeah.
you have to pay for the government.
Yeah, exactly. The most famous one, I think, is tea tax. They actually had something called the Boston Tea Party, which we haven't talked about. They were angry about tea tax, and they threw lots of tea into the river in Boston, I think. But that's another story for another day. And next page. Okay, Anwar, can you read this page?
Now, no, remember George W. He was not having this. He
Yeah,
was not
this
having
is a kind of colloquial situation. It means if you don't accept something. Okay, VT, what happens next?
So George Washington got his friends to help him from France and Spain.
Yeah.
And
You want to tell us something, VT?
yeah, and he wants them to bring soldiers.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of other George. They didn't like George either. Not many people liked George. Poor George. Okay, and yes, this one. This place ain't big enough for two Georges. Okay. Do you know that word ain't, VT?
Yes, it means it isn't.
Yeah, slang. Okay, kind of American slang. We use it in England as well. So, yeah, somebody has to go. They are going to have a fight, sadly. Okay, and what happens next, VT?
So they fought for 8 years.
So there was lots of fighting, lots of battles. Everyone was fighting everyone. Okay. And yes, and then where was King George, Anwar, do you know?
King George wasn't still in the palace, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, he never left England, I don't think. I don't think he went to America. So he's watching it on TV. They didn't really
Yeah.
have TVs. I thought it would be funny if he could watch it all on TV. Okay. So then I did something. Yes, so the most important thing, yes, VT, can you read this? Oh dear, where's my page gone? This page here. Yes, VT, can you read?
Okay, so then George Washington and his friends decided it was time to finish things at a place called Yorktown.
Yeah, this is a city in the USA where they had the last battle. So I don't know exactly how this went. I didn't have time. Okay, so you just have all the people. The Spanish were not actually involved, so the Spanish weren't there chilling out in the cafe. And the French were here. I think the American came and they beat the British and the French trapped them here. And it was all over. So that was the end. Whoops, let's turn him over. And no more America for the British people. Okay, then what happens next? Okay, next page. Okay, Anwar, can you read this page?
When it was all done, it was time to party like it was 1783.
Yeah, so all the winners are having a party and someone is crying. VT, what does it say on George Washington's t-shirt?
I'm so independent.
Yeah, why does it say that?
Because they had independence.
Yeah, that means they no longer have another country telling them what to do. Who's crying?
It's King George III.
Yeah, George doesn't have America anymore. Okay, enough of that funny story. Okay, so as you see, I'm not a history teacher, so I'll just give a quick introduction to it all.